Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another reaction video. It's been a while since we've done a reaction video on this channel, and today it's time again for the Tudors, and we're going to start season number 3 right now. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any reaction videos because I've been running a series on my channel about Arlington National Cemetery, which I visited a couple of months ago, and I made a whole bunch of videos there. And I am really excited and eager to go back into the Tudors because I really enjoyed season 1 and especially season 2. It was really good. But I think on the channel, we have to mix it up a little bit. I don't think it's very good for the channel to do 4 seasons in a row of the same topic. Of course, one thing that you want to do as a content creator is to draw in as many people as possible, and mixing it up, that's the best way to draw in people with all different kinds of interests. And also for myself, I think it's better if I change it up a little bit, do 1 season of a particular show and then do something else and then go back to that TV show, so it stays fresh and it stays doesn't get drawn out too much. So I just want to say thank you for your patience. I know there are quite a few fans, subscribers on my channel of the show, and I think they are really eager to see me go back to the Tudor reactions. And I think the response has been a bit overwhelming. I didn't expect this much enthusiasm from a lot of people, but I get a lot of messages, private messages as well, emails, and also the comment sections on my Tudor videos have been really good. People are really connected to the show, it seems. It was a show that I wanted to watch for a very long time. I never got around to watching it. So in a way I'm glad that I waited to watch it so I could do it on this channel. And I think the fan base is really impressive. A lot of people have big love for this TV show, and I can see why. And especially the last season 2 was really good, because of course that is the season that has everything to do with Anne Boleyn and everything surrounding that, her execution, the execution of her brother, and the so-called man that she slept with and everything. So that was a really good season. For me, that's the most interesting part of Henry VIII's reign. So I'm really eager to see what they're gonna do now in season 3. I think we're gonna see probably the wedding to Jane Seymour. We saw her already in season 2. So they're probably gonna step that up. Of course, she's gonna get pregnant and have a child soon afterwards. Unfortunately, she's gonna die. I think that's probably gonna have a big impact on the character of Henry VIII in this show, because it did so in real life. So I'm really wondering how they are going to portray everything. And one thing, I think one of the commenters said that they are changing the actress that played Jane Seymour in season number 3. So I don't know who it is. Maybe it's an unknown actress, I don't know. But they changed her. I don't know why. I have to Google that. They didn't do that already. Just wanted to see first who they're gonna replace her with. So that's one thing I know already because somebody commented that on a previous video of season 2. And for the rest, I don't really have any expectations. I don't think they're gonna drag out Jane Seymour for the whole season. So she's probably gonna maybe pass away in the middle of the season. And after that, we're gonna see Anne of Cleves probably as well, because if you get those 2 out of the way, you still have 2 more to go. So you get Catherine Howard and of course the last wife as well. I don't think they're gonna linger too much on Jane Seymour. I think they're gonna. I hope they do it right, of course, because she's especially for Henry, she was very important to him. So I think they have to do it that right. Anne of Cleves was of course one of the queens that was not very beloved by Henry, and I think he respected her. They had a good understanding for the rest of her life, at least. and you know, she stayed in England and everything. So also eager to see how that's going to play out in this season. And yeah, I think we just have to start up the episode and see what it's all about and see what they're going to do. And yeah, really excited to do so. Here we go once again. The Tudors season 3, episode number 1. Let's go. Okay, Annabelle Wallis. Cool. I know her. She's in Peaky Blinders. A couple of movies I've seen her in. Ooh, guy with an eye patch. That's an interesting character. I know exactly who that is. Max von Sydow. Amazing. Cass is looking really good. Oh, Henry's got a beard. Oh yeah, so in real life, so we're bound to see a beard. Straight into the wedding also.
Some impediment as to why they should not be married.
Yeah, really cool. Francis Bryan, man. He's really interesting character from that period. Took some time for them to introduce him as a character, but at least we get to see him now.
Thank you.
Swans again. We saw those in the last episode of season 2. I have to admit, it takes some getting used to him because it's a different actress now, so... who is that? Is that Trouble? Walking into the room.
You're Sir Francis Bryan. I've heard about you.
What have you heard?
You like to board other men's boats.
I trust I shall be seeing a lot more of you.
That's true.
I still fear, with Anne's death, we have lost a great friend and a powerful supporter. If the new queen favours the Catholic religion as she's rumoured to do, then our whole Reformation is surely in jeopardy.
Yeah. She was leaning towards the Catholic faith more.
Through Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Amen.
Do they bless her before sleeping with the king?
If I may, I have a wedding gift.
I hope that they don't watch them having sex like they did. I think it was season 1 when Henry's sister was sleeping with that Portuguese king. Everybody was standing around the bed. It was really awkward.
I don't think we need to proceed in public. Not this time.
So that was the intention, that everybody's going to watch. But yeah, I think he wants to do it in private. What's going on here? Oh, another abbey. All the possessions being taken, probably. Closed down.
Be sure everything's accounted for.
Yes, Dr. Frankish. Dr. Frankish, here's a wealthy Madonna.
So they're still doing that. So the Reformation is still not complete. Man, they even burn it.
The bastards! Well, I'll tell you this, Mr. Aske, people, they're no longer willing to stand by and watch their faith and everything that they care for being stripped away.
I think I've read that name before. Aske. That's what he said, right? Doesn't he end up on the... Is he burned to death? I think so.
I'm no leader, John. Look, don't decide now. We'll call a meeting. Then decide.
It's pretty dangerous, you know, to stand up to the king and Cromwell as well. If they catch you, you know, they chop off your head or they burn you alive.
What about the gains to the king's treasury?
Well, so far, by my reckoning, we have already doubled the king's income and taken possession of monastic lands worth many millions of pounds.
Millions?
That's a lot, especially in those days. Talking 1500s now. Millions, that's unheard of.
Sir Edward Seymour.
Oh, the Queen's brother. Still the same actor, luckily.
It is His Majesty's pleasure today to create you Viscount Beauchamp of Hash in Somerset. Also to appoint you Governor of Jersey and Chancellor of North Wales.
Yeah, that's a lot of titles.
In the hope of repaying the great trust you have shown in me.
My lord.
Henry's like, get on with it. Bored already.
Your Majesty has received a letter from the Emperor, congratulating you on your marriage. Since he sees no further impediment, he is very anxious to come to a new accommodation.
Good. What else?
We're gonna do that again. Treaties with the Emperor, treaties with France, enemies with the Emperor, enemies with France.
If she truly wants to forget the unhappy past, then she can start by disowning it.
Majesty?
I don't think she will do that. Yeah, Jensima is gonna play a part in that. She's gonna bring Henry and Mary close together. At least she's gonna try it.
There's someone I wish to present you to.
So Chapuis is still there.
Allow me to introduce His Excellency Eustace Chapuis, Ambassador to the Emperor Charles V of Spain.
Excellency.
I leave.
I think they already met probably in real life. Because he was in court for some time before her marriage already, so...
It would be impossible for me to overstate the joy and happiness which each Englishman that I have met.
Henry's eavesdropping.
If you do so, I think you will find, madam, that without the pain of labor and childbirth, you will gain a treasured daughter.
Chapuis is still on the side of Mary. Henry's not liking this.
Ambassador.
Madam.
Henry's heard enough.
I was talking hypothetically. Surely you do that yourself, Excellency.
Chapuis is like, holy shit. You probably heard everything I said. Which he did. That's a large crowd. Unhappy people.
Mr. Robert Aske. Now, some of you already know him as the Duke of Northumberland's legal man.
Yeah, man, that name rings a bell. I have to look it up, but... I don't think it ends well, this rebellion. For him, at least.
Before our lands, our goods and our houses are taken from us by the church commissioners, we will fight! And we will die! That is our full answer, Mr. Aske!
Yeah. Die you will, probably. It's a pretty decent group of men, but you don't have a chance against the King's army, of course.
This call to arms, to rebellion against the King's grace, is something which on my conscience I cannot agree to.
Man, that's not the reaction that they hope for.
Do your duties honorably and virtuously. And remember, we are all bound to serve.
She's gonna be trouble. Some reason, yeah, I don't know. You know, there's a reason that they introduced her in the beginning of the episode. Maybe she's gonna be the new mistress of the king.
Even Mr. Cromwell has refused to answer my letters. Nothing was your fault. George Boleyn was his own keeper.
Yeah, she was glad to be rid of him. There she is, Lady Mary.
His Majesty urges you to sign this.
What is it?
A list of articles recognizing the king as head of the church and your mother's marriage as incestuous and unlawful.
She will never do that.
If you will not sign, I'm afraid Mr. Secretary Cromwell cannot guarantee your safety.
That's blackmail. Will she sign it? I don't know.
Since you will not submit to your father, he may yet proceed against you for treason.
No, he would not. I cannot believe it.
Well, believe it.
If you were my daughter, I would smash your head against the wall until it was as soft as a boiled apple. You understand?
Damn. This guy doesn't beat around the bush. Holy shit. Yeah. Doesn't think she has a choice now. She has to sign it, you know? She's gonna convict her for treason. She's done for.
Your Majesty, forgive me, but I've heard that your Majesty may still proceed against the Lady Mary. With all my heart, I beg thee not to.
Be careful, man. Really be careful. I don't understand her, you know. She knows what happened to the last queen. You know, we have to keep him in good favor. If you talk like that, he's gonna grow tired of you really fast.
I was wondering if you'd like to become my mistress.
Sir, I'm already engaged to be married.
To whom?
And he's probably married as well.
Can he afford to buy you gifts like this?
Probably not.
If it's more important to you to keep your virtue, then keep it for what it's worth. And I swear I will not bother you or your conscience ever again.
I haven't decided yet.
Money and power will do a lot to a person.
That you could sign the document and then make what is called a protestation apart. That is, secretly forswear your submission before witnesses.
Is that not hypocrisy?
Yeah, but I don't think you have a choice, man. I think Rhys knows it as well.
That the Emperor is no longer inclined to interfere any further in this matter. After all, you are not his subject, and since he is seeking a new alliance with the king.
Yeah, now you have to sign it.
Very well.
Do you not want to read it first?
No.
It must be really hard for her to sign it.
You see, Father Paul, I know who you really are.
What does he mean? Is he a bastard son of the king? I don't think he's a son of the king, right? He's way too old for that. And he said Lady Salisbury. Wasn't that the woman that took care of Catherine in the previous season? She's a bit too old. So maybe she was a mistress of Henry's father, and he is an illegitimate brother of Henry, maybe? Or maybe he is connected to some of the other houses that used to be where he used to be king. Maybe the Plantagenets or something. Well, interesting development.
Apparently the child has outgrown her clothes, and Lady Brian asks if your Majesty will permit her to purchase some.
Lady Brian. Is that the woman who was taking care of Elizabeth? I think I'm getting them all mixed up. I have to wait to see who this Lady Salisbury is. So many names to remember.
You will make arrangements for myself and the Queen to meet with her. Not here, and not publicly. We will go to her residence.
Cromwell is probably not happy with him meeting Mary.
What's your name, lad?
Charlie, sir. Charlie Roll.
Trade?
Shepherd.
The rebellion starting now. It's probably gonna grow bigger and bigger. More people are gonna join, and it's gonna be a problem.
Arise, Sir Thomas Cromwell. Also Baron Cromwell of Wimbledon. And from this day forth, Lord Privy Seal.
He's pretty happy about that, probably. But yeah, we all know it's not gonna last. Damn. Brendan makes no secret of his dislike of Cromwell. Let's see how this is going. She looked really nervous.
Here's a note for 1,000 crowns. If you need anything else, you need only ask.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Well, what one little signature on a page can do. And he's gone again. Really short visit.
It seems to me no wonder she's so marvellously beloved for her virtue and goodness in the hearts of the people.
Oh. Told you. Oh man, he's checking her out already.
Because I'm disappointed.
Why?
I'm disappointed because you're not yet with child.
Dude, come on, man. That's all you care about?
Among the mob, my lords, we saw armed priests urging on these rebellious knaves with cries of kill them, kill them. Then we heard that another man...
Yeah. It's got to be dealt with pretty quickly.
Why didn't you know? You're supposed to know everything that goes on here. You told me there was little opposition.
Oh, he knows now. If nobody tells him, how would he know?
You were wrong. You didn't know anything. Knave!
Damn. Slaps him in the back of the head. Holy shit.
I command you, rebels, to go home and sin no more. And remember your allegiance. You are duty-bound to obey me, your king.
I don't think they're going to return to their homes. Send in the army.
Forward in pain of death! Forward! In God's name! Forward!
Holy crap. Oh man. There's a lot of them.
Only way to beat the king's authority into the heads of the rude people of the north is to show them that the king intends to continue with the reformation and correction in religion, whatever they say.
Yeah, but it is quite dangerous, you know, to go out there, do these abbeys and everything, because the rebels are probably going to try and stop them.
I'm appointing you commander of the royal forces. You will ride north as soon as possible. You will find guns and ordnance at Hungerford, but don't tarry there.
No, your majesty. I will do all your majesty commands and more.
It's going to be sent out to crush the rebellion.
His majesty has charged me with leading his army against the northern rebels. You are not to worry. I will have at my back enough men and arms to subdue them. Easily.
Yeah. And you're Superman, eh? Come on. Or you were Superman.
Cromwell is being blamed for everything, and the rebels are demanding his head with God's help. I may well be able to deliver it.
I wouldn't count on it, but... Ooh, his leg is hurting still. Yeah, we talked about this in the season 2, you know, that leg is going to bother him for the rest of his life. Probably infected again. Damn. Think you have to get the doctor, dude. Holy shit.
Unless they disperse and send 100 of their ringleaders to the Duke of Suffolk with halters around their necks, then he has our permission to burn, destroy all their goods, and make a fearful example of them to all our subjects.
No half measures. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think he has a choice. You know, you have to crush those rebellions. Doesn't really matter if you favor the rebels or not in this case, but from his perspective, he has to crush it. Because more and more people will join. Look at that, you know, that's my point, you know. More people will join, this army will grow bigger and bigger, it's going to be a huge problem for Henry. So, that was episode number 1 of season 3, and I gotta say, really good episode, I really loved it. You know, you can clearly see from the start that the tone of the season is going to be really different, you know. The last season was, of course, really focused on Anne Boleyn and her father, her brother, and the Reformation and everything. And you know, we got a change of pace. We got a different tone now. We got the rebellion, which is a very interesting part of this history. We got the marriage, of course, right from the start. I think the episode started with the marriage to Jane Seymour, so that was pretty cool to see. You know, maybe when watching this, you are like, not a whole lot of stuff happened, but, you know, seeds are being planted, you know, new characters are being brought in, like Francis Bryan, who is a really interesting character to me. Read some stuff about him, really cool character. Really interesting character. I think that's a better word to describe him. You know, that lady in waiting, that new one, I knew from the start, you know, she's going to be trouble. And we saw Henry checking her out already. So probably when Jane Seymour is pregnant, you know, we've seen in previous episodes that every time somebody's pregnant, or it was Anne Boleyn, or every time that he takes on a mistress. And, you know, my predictions are that it's probably going to be her. Francis Bryan probably not going to like it, but yeah, there's not like he can do anything about it because it's the king. He can do whatever he wants. You know, we also saw the elevation of Thomas Cromwell. Also really interesting to see because his downfall is going to be just as quick as his rise. You know, really cool to see that Brandon didn't hide his distaste for him. And he even said so, you know, he's going to lead the army against the rebellion. And he has hopes that he's going to be able to deliver the head of Cromwell to the rebels. It's probably not going to happen, but because, you know, we know that Thomas Cromwell has a big hand in the marriage to Anne of Cleves. That's one of the reasons of his downfall also. You know, Henry's not going to be happy with that. Because, you know, he said that she looked way different than the paintings that he saw of her. So he didn't really want to marry her, but he didn't have a choice at that point. You know, so yeah, we got a whole lot of stuff that's being planted for the rest of the season. And, you know, I really like it already. I can't wait to see where it all goes. This rebellion is going to probably take up a couple of episodes. You know, there's talk of a new treaty with the Spanish emperor. You know, Mary is back in favor. She signed the document. Like I also said in reaction, she really didn't have a choice. She, you know, I think her hands were bound. She had to do it. You know, she could have said, "I'm not going to do it." But you have to be really strong of character. You know, we saw that in the previous season with Thomas More. You know, he was really like, I'm not going to sign anything, just chop my head off, I don't care. You know, I don't think Mary has that, has a stomach for that. She really, you know, she wants to keep on living. I think Chapuis, he offered her a way out, you know, sign it, and then in front of other people say that you were forced to sign it and everything, and maybe the Pope will grant you clemency because you were forced to sign it. And, you know, that way she's gonna make sure that her soul is safe, and because that's, you know, her main issue, that if she signs it, that she doesn't get entry into heaven and everything, and maybe the Pope will grant her that, and, you know, that it's just for show that she signed it and everything. So you know, can't wait to see where that is going. We already saw that Jane Seymour was really trying to reconnect Henry with Mary. She also is taking care of Elizabeth in some way. You know, she gave some jewels to the Lady Rochford to have sold, and so she could buy some new clothes. That's also pretty cool. You know, that's the daughter of the previous queen, and, you know, you take care of that girl, and it says a lot about her as a person, as the woman that she was. And, you know, that's, yeah, it's going to be even more a shame now that she's going to die and everything. So yeah, for now it's just, yeah, that's basically what happened in this episode, and I can't wait to watch episode 2. Maybe I'm going to watch it right now. I don't know if there's time for it, but you know, I have to keep watching this. And so yeah, I just want to say thank you all for watching again. And you know, once again, my apologies that it took so long for us to return to the Tudors. I know it took some patience, but yeah, we're back. I explained my reasons for it, and I think this season is a little bit shorter than the others. I have to check that. Let me see. Season 3. Let me see. Yeah, it's only 8 episodes. There were 10 in the previous 2 episodes, so it's 2 episodes less. I think season 4 has 10 also. So yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna do season 3 and season 4 back to back. That's 18 episodes. You know, I can manage that, and then start something else after that. And so yeah, just keep your eye on the channel. You can also hit that notification bell that it's going to give you an alert on your phone or whatever that a new episode has dropped. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so if you feel like that I've earned it, because it also helps out the channel really a lot. You know, the bigger the channel, sounds really weird, but YouTube works like that. You know, if you're a really small channel, your videos don't get recommended to a lot of people. So the bigger you are, the more recommendations people get from my channel. Seems a bit counterproductive for me, because, you know, when you're really small, you need all the recommendations and all the help that you get to grow your channel. But you know, that's just how YouTube works. So subscribing, liking the videos, also hitting notification bells and everything, that's going to send signals to the algorithm of YouTube to say, you know, this is an interesting channel, we need to recommend it to more people. So, you know, if you're willing to do all that down here, then that will really help out the channel, and you have my eternal gratitude for that. And so for now, we're going to wrap it up. Hope to see you on episode number 2 of season 3 of the Tudors. And for now, have a nice day, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.